divisions to show the energy radiating from the sun going through them, and that they are in some kind of communication, some kind of unity. And so that's the idea I wanted, that the mountains were the ones that were going someplace or doing something.
And when the artist is fortunate enough to hear the responses of the viewers, rather than "I really like that work," you know, what happens is that dialogue with the artist, and the artist sees his or her own work in a new way, and it's really, and also begins to understand the viewer more. In his discussions, what have you discovered about him as an artist?
He plays with your mind.
And what else? His process is
Connection.
okay, connections.
Getting to know himself.
Interact.
And then, like, even in this, there's like all these layers. There's layers that we see and that we don't know. And even what you were saying about the inner workings of things and what's visible and what's not visible and what's there, and like the layers and layers of complexity.
So are the titles important? Did anybody read this work or read all the titles when they came to the show?
Yes.
How many by a show of hands?
I don't read them all.
Okay, do you think the titles are necessary in artwork?
Yes. It's illustrative in nature. It's the work.
Just as you want to be let in, the question is, does it confine you to make you to look at something in just one way? And if there's no title, are you open then to view it in any way you want to?
So I'll start the question by asking Paul, how did you get interested in art?
So I knew I needed a creative outlet, and I'd always been, from when I was a teenager, fascinated by photography. Had a little plastic camera I would, take photographs with. And so I started to seriously pursue photography, black and white photography, and I started to feel confined though, because photography always was based on something that already existed. And so I wanted to be able to create things that were just maybe completely out of my own mind and under my own control. Icon series. I had a hairdryer that was broken, and I just started thinking about how, instead of throwing it out, how could I make this into an artwork? And so I painted it kind of, I used leftover materials from another artwork. I think it might have been this one, and I often did that, trying to make smaller, spontaneous works with leftover materials to free up my technique a bit.